Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Royal Stone. Last episode we learned about Eva's past and that she really wasn't a traitor. It was all kind of a big misunderstanding orchestrated by this guy Lord Vatam. So we got an introduction to him and just in time because we will be running into Lord Vatam and his forces in this episode's battle. This is actually going to be a two-part battle, so I'll split it up. I'll end it after I defeat Lord Vatam. Leave this town. Please hurry up and go away. And then, like I said, then the next episode will get the second half of the battle. Leave this town. Well, let's do what they say, and we'll leave the town. We'll depart, and we're going to take one of our new characters. We will take Scrawl the Ranger with us, because having two wind characters will be really nice, because we're going to be splitting our forces into two, and each side will take a wind character. Eva, there's something odd going on in Martalia. What of the castle? There he is, Lord Vatam. Not a trace, sir. We searched every corner. Damn you, Martalia. You must have already given the stone to the Federals at Saul. Alright, men, withdraw. No point sticking around here. Lord Vatam, look. Hello, what's this? I recognize you. Pity you're still alive. Vatam. Well, don't look shocked or anything. No matter. Since you're going to die here anyway, I might as well tell an interesting tale. So I heard that your captain was some highly trusted bigwig in Martalia's army. So I figured, why not impersonate him and infiltrate the country? I could use his clout to glean the location of the royal stones from the king. Problem is, you lived. Ruined that plan pretty well, you did. Had to make do with that sniveling earl instead. Oh well, water under the bridge. King's dead either way. And the earl was the one who was really suggesting that like Eva be executed. Poor baby, what's the matter? Want to join him? Now we know why. He was secretly working for the bad guys. So we're gonna send our fire character up north. Unfortunately, there's a lot of forest. And we'll send Jorge the Wind Thief up that way as well. Eva will head up that way as well. But not really to do a lot of fighting, mainly to basically do some support, healing those characters. It's unfortunate, like I said, fire's taking such a big penalty going through those forests. But we want to send the fire up that way because there's two monsters, two wind monsters. And fire will be strong against them. There's only one fire soldier who's going to come down the left. That's the only wind soldier in this group. I guess they figure they don't need wind characters because they have a bunch of wind monsters. Now, if you defeat a monster with Eva, there's a chance that they will join your party. Unlike Crystal Warriors, where as long as you beat a monster with a fighter, then whoever beats that monster will then recruit that monster and have him use as a substitute in battle. In this game, only Eva can recruit monsters, and it's not a guarantee. So now it's not a big problem if we don't recruit any monsters, because at certain inns, after certain battles, we'll be able to recruit an elemental monster of each type. So I guess it's even better that I don't end up recruiting any of those monsters, because that way I can just give all my experience to the human characters. The monsters will come at a little bit of a higher level when I recruit them. So here we have drawn the first monster out, level 5 Griffin. This is the one that if you did want to recruit monsters, you'd probably want to grab this one here. because it's level 5. The one above is level 1. So obviously you want the one that is stronger and will take less experience to level up. You have to feed it a lot of kills to get the other one up to level 5. So, and experience is, limited in this game. There's a lot of water characters in this battle, which is another reason why we're sending wind character to each side. And our main goal is to get some kills there for our fire on the Conman Taurus. And then our thief will be able to hold down that section by himself against all the water enemies. On this side, we're going to be basically using our Vassler, the pirate here, to weaken all these enemies and then have Pauline come in and finish them off and gain that experience. Finish this guy off. We'll load up with fire enemies here. We do have one wind though, which is unfortunate because wind is strong against water. But until then, our water will be fine taking out those fire monsters. We're going to keep our wind out of harm's way though, for now. Because wind is weak to fire. So, this guy's going to come and attack the healer. But we don't really want to do any damage to the healer because we don't want to do any damage with our healer. Because if Pauline damaged this fire character, then when we tried to weaken him again with Vassler, the water pirate, he'd end up defeating the character, the enemy. And like I said, we don't. We want to feed the experience into our cleric. This is where we get to see the strength of that dark spell. It basically is going to prevent them from landing an attack after getting hit with dark. So basically we only have to worry about getting hit once. The dark will make them miss their second attack. And we'll just flee from there. Because like I said, we don't want to damage them at all. It's a good thing elements are neutral against each other. So right here will lower this guy down pretty good. Get him in range for Vassler to finish him off. And that water enemy came right to where we want him to go. So yeah, it's all water that's heading over to the right there. So we can move our wind character up to fight the water, who he has the elemental advantage against. And then by stepping up here, he's cleared the way for our fire character to finish off the griffin, gain some experience. Now the fire will be weak against the other water character that's coming down that we haven't scanned, but Eva is in position to step right up and protect him. So we finish off the monster. And Taurus gets some experience and a level up. About time we got some levels on someone other than the healer. And we head up and we can use Eva to keep Taurus safe. And since she won't be fighting, we'll have her finally use that heal spell that she got. So yeah, now it's nice that we have 2 healers. Now Pauline's obviously going to be a better healer than Eva. Doesn't have a better magic stat, but she's still useful. Same thing over here. We're going to have Vassler weaken the fire enemies, and then have Pauline finish them off. You see just how important those elemental advantages are. And another one goes down. I say we know from experience or from previous playing throughs that one enemy coming down is water. So we're going to try to get our wind out of the way. And while it looks like he is exposed to the fire, remember, fire takes a penalty from going through the forest. So the fire won't be able to get through all that forest tile to reach the wind. So, totally safe. And unfortunately I messed up there and I forgot to not attack with the healer. So the water guy's gonna try to go after Eva. And unfortunately he blocks, so what I should have done is could have used that boost instead. Boost triples your damage. And I could have finished that guy off, but we'll get him next time. It'll be okay if we have a few turns at the end where no one's really doing anything, because like I said, this is a two-part battle, so at those times we can have our Eva and Pauline basically heal characters to prepare them for the second part of the battle. We'll just block here. We have the elemental disadvantage here, so we just guard and keep ourselves safe. Another neutral here. Vassler should, Horus here should put it down to a decent point where Tor should be able to finish it off. Alright, then throw it down, take off half their points. And just like with the previous battles, the boss and some of his minions will basically hang back for a little bit until we cross a certain line. So as long as we're not super aggressive and just take things out as they come in small waves, we'll be safe. Despite, like I said, being at a numerical disadvantage and also having to fight two battles back to back. There's a few battles like that in this game where you'll finish off one group of enemies and then a second group will appear. So there the Griffin goes. Griffin monsters are similar to fighters, and they have the special block command. They tend to be a little bit better than fighters though, because they have more hit points. So they can technically replace your fighters, but for my army here, I'm going to be basically using them later on and be able to turn one of our magicians into an evoker, and they basically will summon monsters you attach to them. So the evoker basically becomes a fighter from like the first game, where they have monsters in reserve and they can summon the monster they want to fight the enemies, whatever elemental weakness they need. So here we have our ranger and Squall, and he is like Nico the Knight. They have the special ability where they take a little bit of damage to do extra damage to the enemy. So fighters are more defensive, knights and rangers are more offensive. So it depends on your play style. Fighters tend to be a little bit maybe more safer. They don't take out the enemies as quickly, but they always have that block command that if you find yourself in an elemental disadvantage, you could use block to prevent damage. Now block, usually reduces all damage to 0, but as you saw when that Griffin guarded, it's not guaranteed that it's going to block everything. It depends, of course, if you're so much higher level, elemental disadvantage. Right now, unfortunately, our fire guy not going to have much use right now, because as I said, the boss is water, and all his lackeys who stuck back with him, they're also water. But we're still going to want to bring the fire character up toward the front line. Critical hit there. I wanted to feed that to the healer again. Because after this battle, like I said, it's a two-part battle, and the new group of enemies is going to be coming from the north, from behind the castle. And they're all going to be earth elemental characters, so there'll be no elemental disadvantage for strength. So we want all our characters up there as close as we can to the front line to basically ambush the ambushing enemy. Forward. And now we've basically crossed the point where the boss will start coming out now. Basically, once you get through that hole where Evil was at. You already know who the boss is. Vatam from the cutscene earlier. And he is a water. So this is where our wind character is going to be really good. Another 2 more rounds. Now, we could probably, if we really wanted to, finish him off. But remember, you don't want to finish the boss off before finishing off all his minions. Because if you defeat the boss, then all the minions will retreat. And you won't get the experience in gold that the minions have. So if you're ever in a situation like this where, you know, it's like one-on-one the boss and his minions are separated, take care of the minion first. I would have liked to messed up there. I wanted to attack with the water, even though it's a disadvantage, because then I could have my healer finish off the water character here. But I'm moving in the wrong place. Just do a little bit of damage. Once again, use the darkness spell, cause him to miss. Do a little bit of damage. And then we can finish her off the next turn. Just check our thing there. I'm going to bring the fire character up a little bit further, as close as you can without putting him in Vatam's range. Make Eva a target here. And just start healing some folks on this side. Squall took a little bit of damage from using his special attacks. Since we have that new enemies coming up, this is a good time to for our healer and Eva, if they're not going to attack, to heal the other characters. That's the only way we're going to be able to heal between battle. It's not like all the other battles so far that we've had where we got to a town after immediately defeating the enemy. Alright, he hits pretty hard. Let's just use our boost here. So we'll hit him with like 3 times. Yeah, it's nice that they decided to make it 3 times damage, because of course the warriors, as I mentioned, it was only double. But so you'd cast it on yourself, and then you do double damage your next attack. But it would be the same amount of damage you would have done if you would have just attacked twice. So yeah, boost was basically useless in the last game. Alright, I'm going to want to do some healing here. Just going to move our characters around a little bit. We're going to get Eva out of the way. Move her out. And then we can move our other wind characters up to form a little blockade there to protect her. As you see, she's really low on hit points, and Vatam could finish her off if he wanted to. Now we could finish Vatam off, and we got lucky, and got like, because we attack him first. But if we miss, well, then we're out of luck. So we're going to see Vatam's range here. We can know where we can place our wind character to protect Eva. And we can also see where we're going to move our fire character, so he's out of Vatam's range. Yeah, Vatam would totally destroy him. He has levels and the elemental advantage on him. Well, here we go. And unfortunately, I do a little bit more damage than I hoped. Critical hit. And I would have liked to feed the kill to somebody else and get some more healing in, but sometimes critical hits work against you. And that'll finish it off for this episode. We'll see what Vatam says after his defeat in our next episode, and we'll also get the second part of this battle. Take care, have a good one. Bye.